Back into the recipe for a turnabout. And back in court. Yes, good. January 8. Defendant lobby 1 again. Good. Good morning, Mr. Wright. Good morning, Maggie. So what do you think is going to happen today, sir? Yesterday's session didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery. That's true. And we still haven't solved a single part of it yet. Are you okay, Nick? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I saw that little flash of doubt in your eyes. Acquittal! Hey, David, nice to see you around. I will not see you tomorrow, I guess. But you know, I need the break. No. That wasn't doubt. That was determination. Why don't I believe it? It's nearly time, Maggie. You'd better get going to the defendant's seat. Oh yeah. So, because you know, Crow said yesterday I should like maybe work on my stream rate a little bit. I did that, so this is like half of the power I normally use in terms of like things. I guess it's okay. If something is the matter, please speak up. But you know, I try. So let's go. Roger, don't let me down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you. Hey, pal. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that. How did you know she was stressed? I was watching through the doorway. Oh. You look like you lost the case, or you look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Here, maybe this will help. Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too? No, not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing. Oh, come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of these aromatherapy bottles. This is the small bottle that turned up in Trebien's kitchen a couple of days ago. Oh, look at all these little bottles. Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. He's got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor. Hey, wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others. Well, what to do now? Well, what to do now? What do you know? And it doesn't have a label either, and it doesn't smell. We finally got the analysis results back from the lab. So, what is it? Is it the poison? I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication. Oh, this is the ear stuff, huh? Medication. Yeah, for ears. Topical use only, apparently. Ears, you mean? Yeah, it's the medication Glen Ealg was using for a ruptured eardrum. What was Glen Ealg? What was Glen Ealg's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? Small bottle refiled into the court record. What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that? Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but that's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence. Okay, pal, this is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today, got it? Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. Or my name isn't Phoenix Wright. Let's see. What are we doing? Like, which characters will like appear as witnesses? I guess the chef. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Akio coffee. Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor. Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claims he have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. He was, yes. However, the witness's testimony was plagued. Pledged? Plagued. Plagued? Pledged? It's the plague, so it's pledged with a number of problems. The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand, but according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left, like the plague. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Godu. Furthermore, according to the witness's account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet, the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear. It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick? Pff, no. Huh? Didn't you listen the whole rest of the game? Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it. You've lost me already, Mr. Godu. Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today. Only losers think like that. You've got to change with the time. That's one of my rules. Are you implying that you've resolved those contradictions? You know the answers to those riddles? The old guy wasn't just throwing seeds in here. He was throwing us off the scent. Huh. And today I'll prove it. Okay, interesting. Very well, let the first witness take the stand. Yeah, of course. And you are? Oh, bonjour everyone. I am Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Tribulations restaurant. Enchanté. Oh, look how he's like standing there, butt out, legs crossed. He is such a fascinating character. He's so good. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman? Come on, dude. Oh la la, monsieur. As you can see, I am la perky gentleman, no? On the day of the incident, you were in Tribulations' kitchen. Isn't that right? With you, monsieur, everything feels right. Aki or more coffee, I need that now. Alright. Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? I don't know if this... I don't know if, the chef is intimidating. I don't know if this is the right word to use here. I don't know, it's like maybe fascinating, maybe like, maybe like confused or something like that. So, I don't know, but intimidated? He's not intimidating, right? Like, very well. Your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations. Oh, oui. Oh, oui. Let's go. At Tribulations. When it all happened, there was just 2 customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new art decor that day. Hey, Crow, nice to see you around. I changed my output biddies. I cut them in half. Like my prices. Prices in half. Bitrate in half. Quality in half. Jokes in half. Puns in half too. No, puns are good. I can chop down puns. Like everything arch mirror between the tables, for example. Perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. Yeah. Yes. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. You would have seen everything in reverse, no? Mirror? Oui. Un grand mirror. La most enormous mirror. Okay, good. Cool. Yeah, I guess. Why not? And suddenly, the mystery just disappeared. And like I said, the world keeps turning, so roll with it. Huh, that would explain the coffee cup. And the earpiece conundrum. The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I don't know what I want to cross-examine. I guess I press everything. Like my prizes! Sorry, I meant my quality. I pressed my quality in half. So no jokes today. Nope, you know, my stream quality can't afford jokes today, so shh. And who were the two customers exactly? Of course, a young man who died, and the other not so young man, huh? So you're referring to yesterday's witnesses, I presume. What about the other man Maggie says she saw at the table? Something tells me Mr. Armstrong isn't planning to disclose his existence. Yeah, maybe we should talk about the freaking, like, fist fight inside the restaurant, and, you know, like, Detective Gumshoe was there too. Maybe we should, like, bring this in court too, maybe? I don't know, like, maybe it's relevant to this case? I have no idea, maybe? Could happen, I know. Yeah, it's a crazy idea, right? But we need some hard evidence first before we can bring him up, don't we? I guess I'll just have to try a different approach for the time being. We're experimenting with art decor. How come I never heard about that before today? You're not familiar with the language of interior design, monsieur? Please stay on topic. Now, why didn't you tell the court about this before? But I did, just a few moments ago. Excuse me, Mr. Armstrong. This deco you mentioned, are you referring to some sort of, decoture? What? No, art deco. It is a style of design, Your Honor. He's talking about interior design, walls, ceilings, carpets, that kind of thing. Ah yes, of course, that deco. I was trying to achieve a more effeminate look for the restaurant. I was planning the most bold remodeling of la decor. This is all a lie. I can feel it. How big of a... I can feel it. This is all a lie. How big of a mirror are we talking about here? Something about 4 meters wide and about 2 meters high. 4 meters wide? How can this fit inside the freaking thing? Let's see. 1 meter is about 1 yard. Holy glass in the frame. That's huge. I was intending to install it on a ceiling eventually. The ceiling? Was there a mirror on the ceiling? I don't remember. I mean, no, but I decided not to go through this in the end. What should I do? Should I ask him about more? Yeah, let's press harder, dude. If you really had such a large mirror in the restaurant, somehow, someone would have noticed it. But there's nothing about the mirror in Mr. Kudos or Maggie Bird's testimonies. But... Objection! Yeah. You didn't ask, Wright. You have only yourself to blame for such sloppy work. What? The mirror was delivered to Tribulations the day before the incident. Really? As Mr. Armstrong testified, he was carrying out some design changes, and as it turned out, he didn't actually use the mirror in the end. This just doesn't add up. Even if a mirror was delivered to Tribulations, it doesn't prove that it was in the restaurant on the day of the crime. Huh. If you want to doubt someone, Wright, look in the mirror. I'm sure the person looking back at you will be dubious enough. So the witness yesterday had seen the victim reflected in a mirror. Oh, no. Normally, wrong. Normally I expect people to know the difference between a reflection and a real object. Yeah, this is true. Normally. How does normally come into this? It's lame, right? Even for you. Huh? Are you trying to say that if something isn't normal, it isn't possible? Is that it? Where does that leave the pork-you-headed lawyer and the top-notch chick over there? And the ungodly cool guy with the mask over here? Well tried. Cool guy with the mask? What? Mask is back? Mr. Godou is correct. A lack of normality is no basis for discording an argument. Logic has won the day? I don't think so. It made things more intense by default. Interesting thought, because Sayo and myself, we talked about the music in this game, and the music in the first game is more intense than in this game and in the second game. Like, I don't know what happened, but all this intimidation and pressing and all that, and the really going, objection on objection type of like scenarios, they are much like calmer in these games. In the first game it was like a kick-off, but I don't know, in these games the music is good still, but it's not. I think the music was the best in the first one. Like, there's no way it wasn't. Let's go. Like, it has no bop to it. The first one had this like real good bop to it. Like, I don't know, if I test my widget here for 1 second like this. You didn't hear like these kinds of music in the other games. Like, there's... Thank you, Karen. Oh no, she's called Emma. Sorry, my voice is called Emma. I didn't want another. Yeah, so I feel like this kind of music is like a little bit weaker. Everything. You would have seen everything in reverse. Hey Nick, we should take a sec and think about what old CD said in his testimony. How did he phrase it again? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. Okay. If he saw everything he described reflected in a mirror, then everything he said he saw on the left was actually on the right, huh? And that clears up all the problems with his testimony, I guess. Or does it? Huh. It's kinda hard to believe everything's the fault of a mirror, but... do you think old CD saw everything through a reflection? If he had, it would explain all the contradiction in his testimony. But that just makes the situation worse for Maggie. There's gotta be something in that old man's testimony. We just gotta dig deeper. Old man? Which old man? This old man? I press again. This was nothing new. You can't be serious about the size. You can't be serious about the size of the mirror. Like, this is so big. What evidence do I have? Maybe I should not press more. Okay. So I guess there's nothing to press again. Like, this is the weirdest thing. Like, this like double press crap. What do I have here? Let's see. This is irrelevant, this is irrelevant, this is irrelevant too. We have the medicine, this is good. We have the cup, we have the crime scene photo. This will not help us for now. The floor plans will not help us right by now. Or now. Victor's testimony will not help us. I try to like just go for him. Yeah. We you know, Maya pointed that out, so the coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side, yeah. So to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw all that as a reflection in the mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side. Exactamente. Now that you think about it, it's not so hard, no? It is hard. Unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in the mirror, why is it that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? True. Oh, that Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness genuinely observed the victims reflected in a mirror, then he would accept the victim's eyepiece to have been over his right eye. How bitter. Try it. You should have a taste of this bitterness. It will calm you down in no time. Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different? You don't understand the way the witness thinks. Oh, he thinks. You remember this, I presume? I broke the way. Sorry, apology letter. I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony? Exactly. The old man has one very grievous habit, other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Ilg? Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece. And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Ilg's HMD made a big impression on the old man. Akio, more coffee. Stop that, please. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were both on his left ear. Do you hear? His left ear. Ah, well tried. That's the worst, but best impression of Kudo ever. Oh, I really thought he was old seedy for a minute there. Kudo's good. And what did this prove by now? Like, why are we talking about this? Enough. I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Yeah, but the police found the frickin' body and the earpiece was on the right side. On the left side, so what are we talking about right now? That the witness didn't remember this correctly, but we have the frickin' police report that this was on the left side. What? Like, huh? What? Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of a contradiction you found is just a rash. Okay. I take that. Okay. I mean, yeah. A mirror can't be beaten by a handful of seeds, nor can a lie. Nor can it lie. I guess. So what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court. We're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you will look at the plans of the restaurant. The mirror. I can't believe that we're doing this right now. I can't believe that we're doing this right now. So again, the police found this guy, and this ear thing, or this head thing, was on the left side, right? No mistake in that. I would, I would like think that the police will not like. I mean, like, if they found the body and he has like this HMD, it's not glasses, right? It's like a outstanding thing. I would think they would like, oh yeah, he had this thing on the left eye, right? So, and now we're talking about that this is not true, but where? We don't need that. Like, okay, let's do it, I guess, but where? Hello, Bat. Nice to see you. I don't get this. This is like a weak part right now. It's a super weak part. So I'm like, I guess I'm like doing the double now. I prove like twice that he's lying. I guess. Is everyone sitting comfortably? Whatever. La Miro. It was in the middle of the restaurant, dividing the two. Dividing the two. What? There is only one seat from which you could have seen an image of the victim. Yeah? That was the seat at the table next to the victims. That was where the old man was sitting. After the terrible incident occurred, I moved La Miro so it was not in the way. But naturally, I did not touch anything else. Yeah, this is clearly a lie because he like took the lottery ticket too, so and the medicine, I guess. I see no problems with the explanation we have just heard. Yeah, yes, I see no, From the table next to the victims, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror. What a naughty little, coquette I am. Confusing all the men like this. Okay, don't worry about it. We can't keep up. Expect for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again. Huh? Hate that guy. You said you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that? Of course. You lied. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Okay, let's do like science again. Am I stupid? Maybe we'll just talk about that, huh? Let's go. It was science. It is okay. So run this by me again. The mirror was here, correct? Oui. Oui, really? Because I know if I were you, I wouldn't have put a mirror there. It would be in the way. Look who's talking, Tried, huh? You're obstructing my view. among other things. But this is my seat in the courtroom. Trebien's charm is that it gives you the impression that you're the only customer. Temporarily placing a mirror in that spot would hardly be in the way. Unlike you tried. I tell you, monsieur, le mirror was there, in the middle of the restaurant. No. But it's okay. Where would that be? Oh la la, look who you lean towards me. I always attract the younger boys. Maybe I should keep you in suspense a little longer. What? Yeah. Mr. Armstrong, tell the court what you know at once. I attract the older ones too, you know. Handsome. You'll I tease you too? Akio coffee, you know. Get some good liquid in. I'm already seeing a very hot someone, so I'm afraid you'll be waiting for a long time. I bet she has mocha cream skin and cappuccino perfume. And I will tell you, there was only one seat from which you could have seen. Okay. So why can you only see the victim from that particular seat? Is it obvious? No. If you look at the plans, you will understand. I mean, if he was sitting where he was sitting before, he could see the victim just fine. Because before that, you can see my mouse, right? There's the victim, and if I go down, boop, there was the witness sitting before. So I don't get why he could not see in from here. Like, you know, like there is no mirror. There is like free space, like the free space in heads of these like witnesses, I guess. Like what? Oh, this is but this is true though. Oh, this is so true. Oh, there was a mirror. This is not a lie. This is real. This is real. If the old man was sitting in the cafe, because Maggie said like there was like a woman sitting there, or it was the other like person in the restaurant. But if this is true, there could be someone sitting with the victim without him seeing it. Because when like he collapsed and he like runs out to call the police, he would, as he said, was in a daze. He would not look back and he would not like see the person who sits there. Yeah, this makes more sense, huh? So the mirror was there, I guess. Huh. But this doesn't explain that the like thing is on the left side either way, so that's the seat old C was sitting in that other day when the poisoning happened. The old man was sitting at the table next to the victim. Why does that seem kinda odd? After the terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror. Yeah. Did you move the mirror while Mr. Kuro was off calling the police? Oui, exactamente. I carried it out of la restaurant then, huh? You moved a huge mirror like this, all by yourself? What can I say? I know how to pick things up, handsome. Oh. Well, given the witness physique, I suppose it is possible. Yeah, he has like, you know, baby hands, but he has like muscles for days. Did you move anything else from the crime scene, Mr. Armstrong? Are you sure about that? I touched nothing except la mirror. Mr. Wright, is there something the witness has said that doesn't match the crime scene? Suffering from a case of heartburn, tried. Oh, I've just... I've just the thing for that. An oil with golden whatever. And Frankenstein's. Uh-oh. Add a few drops to your coffee and voila, enough. Focus, Phoenix, breathe. I need to ignore those two and just find some evidence. It's pretty strange though, isn't it? I mean, nobody mentioned anything about a real huge mirror. You'd think someone would've, but Maggie didn't, and either did old CD. Then there's then the only logical explanation is that there was no mirror inside Tribune that day. Oh, so there was no mirror then. I mean, yeah. Like again, I guess I don't care if there was a mirror or not for me personally, because again, like if he had this like, oh no, this is not true. If he like, if the mirror was there, he could definitely see the other man. He could definitely see the other man. Huh. Let's see what we have. I have to prove that there was no mirror. But I would like... Do we not have this picture? Let's try this. Guess not. I guess this photo of the crime scene taken by him was not like... Oh! Interesting, thank you for the... Thank you. Maybe wrong statement, I have no idea. I hate this statement, he didn't touch anything else. This is like a clear lie. And I hate this. But I guess we're not doing this right now. Oh yeah, because we cleared that? No, we didn't clear that. Because he touched at least one other lottery ticket, we know that. I hate this. Okay, there it is. I saw it. I guess it was on this statement then, because the other statement is that he broke a vase. He broke a vase. And in this photo, the vase is intact on the left side, so I guess this is a good one now? Guess not. Phoenix, come on dude, like, use your words, you freaking moron, I hate this so much. Okay. Oh my god, dude. Use your words for 1 second. Your Honor. Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah. Mr. Kudo's words yesterday strongly contradict Mr. Armstrong's testimony. But again, this makes no sense. If we believe this statement now, this whole like, this whole new contradiction thing makes no sense, because in the last contradiction, in the last statement, Mr. Godu was like, yeah, but you know, the old man, he's like stupid, so fuck him. And now I'm like, but the old man said, and he could like say, yeah, it's the old guy, fuck it. Like, it is the same thing, basically. This is a letter of apology that was written by Mr. Kudo, is it not? I realize it looks, unless... I realize it looks useless, Your Honor, but this is still testimony. Huh, I guess useless people are only really good at identifying useless things. What relevance does this scrap of paper have to the trial, Mr. Wright? You know, Kudo's testimony is actually very relevant to the question at hand, Your Honor. Because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. Oh, damn it. Oh. This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony you have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo. Yes, snap his neck, twist his neck. Yes, this... Get the knives out. Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? Should not exist? Huh, sounds like you're describing yourself, Wright. Ooh, sick burn, dude. Sick burn, dude. Now then, if the defense would please clarify its statement, can... This is only like making the game longer. This is like making the game longer shit. There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there is an unbroken vase on the table next to the witness. Why? He's just a jackass. Yeah, but it's not about go-do. It's not about go-do. It's about the whole court. Like, this is like, again, I guess this whole like case has this like weird weakness, right? Because the case itself is like, oh yeah, you know, there was this red man. Red is acting kinda sus, and he was like Phoenix Wright with a paperclip badge, and you know, he was on trial and he had this very weird accent and, you know, scars in the face and all this crap. Yo, and he like, you know, he was totally Phoenix Wright. What? Because Mr. Kudo was not, in fact, sitting at the table next to the witness at all. Yeah, objection, yeah. Don't be an idiot, right? That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from. Exactly. There is only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribulations that day. You know, or he was like sitting on the other side, as he said before, you know. The testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is a lie. Ah, I got him. Got him. Don't try to confuse the court, right? Obviously the witness cleared up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene. Or Mr. Kudo's remembering, yeah! See? We had this like crushing sentence before. Mr. Kudo is just an idiot. And now it's like, oh wow, his testimony is oh yeah, you know, we should like, you know, we should believe this time, I guess. Unfortunately, Mr. Go-Do, it doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else, except the mirror. Yeah, this is clearly a lie, by the way, but I guess we're ignoring this for now? Okay. Yeah, you chuck down this coffee. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day, yeah, I guess. In light of this revelation, yes, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear? You only get one shot in life. There is no turning back. If you want to claim that the mirror wasn't there, Tried, then this problem is all yours. How do you explain what the old man saw? I have no idea. If I can answer this, then I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it. Are you going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction? Like, there's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. What do you mean? Remember what Maggie told us. There was another man at the victim's table. And there was a sample CD on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. I don't. Good. Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. The reason behind all the contradictions in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. If we're going for this now and this is true, you can end this. Let's go. This case is riddled with contradictions, yet there is one very simple answer that clears them all up. And that is that the incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. Nani? Yeah, Nani? Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Ealg at all. It was an imposter, a phony pretending to be Mr. Ealg. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter's left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in the left ear by mistake. Akio coffee, by the way. Yeah, spit it out, dude. I mean... Order in the court. Settle down or I'll clear the courtroom. You never did this before. Quite, Gramps. Why don't you clear out of here? Clear out of here, huh? What did you say? That's right. Are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup? Yes. Yes? No? Maybe so? Someone pretended to be Glenn Ealg and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All of the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo. Sorry. Get real, Wright. Why would anyone want to do that? Isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was the serving girl brought him a Giabacino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl right here. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. So, Mr. Kudo was there, and then they did the setup thing, and then when Mr. Kudo was asked to call the police, they changed the victim to the real victim, and then Maggie appeared. What? What? Okay. It's so hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. Objection. Are you insinuating, sorry, that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well? What did Maggie do at the sight of the victim dying? No, it was not Maggie. It was not Maggie. Again, like, the fake waitress was the Violet Cadaverini girl. It was this girl. This girl brought the freaking coffee the first time to the witness. To the victim. And she, like, powdered something in the coffee, but she gave the coffee to him, and he was acting like he was the victim, and then they changed the scenery with the help of him to get the real thing happen. And as Maggie entered, or like, I don't know where Maggie was the whole time, but then she came in and she passed out because of the, like, corpse. I don't know how they pulled this off in, like, I don't know, 5 minutes at best, but I guess it's possible if you are anime character. Like, if they tell me now, again, if they tell me now that this guy was impostering the victim and me in the same freaking case, I don't know, like, don't tell me, like, no, I mean, I guess this is what is going for, but yeah, sure. It's true that there were no other customers in the restaurant at the time, but it's also true that the chef was there. He would have noticed what was happening. That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was a scene of such theatric, you would have known about it, correct? Oh la la, this is most difficult for me. Was bedeutet das? Sorry, German. No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Was there in fact a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The defense's request for additional testimony is accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events in the restaurant that day. In the restaurant. La victime, Monsieur Ilg. He came to my restaurant alone. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. There were no other customers. When he got word he won the lottery, Monilg became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. No, there was no time for Phony to do all the acting. Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright, if you please. Okay. In the restaurant. In the restaurant, there was murder. Fake murder in the restaurant, fake murder. Let's go. Was he alone at this table as well? Oui, I saw him from the other kitchen. Yet the defendant, Miss Bird, remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Unfortunately for you, Wright. Yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me. Oh, yo, this is true. So, they acted this out? When did they act this out, huh? Maybe this is the weird 1 hour, like, thing inside the testimony of the inside the police report, right? Because there's like an hour gap in this autopsy report. This makes no sense, by the way, if the poison like kills you dead immediately. Like a 1 hour thing is so big. You know, seeing you squirm like that reminds me. of a certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? Not coffee, it's love. It's love that's bittersweet. Hearing Maya say that makes her seem wise all of a sudden. Good. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special, I'll give you that. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime. I said it was worth one sip and nothing more. Crush his dreams. So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. What time was it? Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived? Oh no, I cannot remember, monsieur. I believe you were told by the witness yesterday. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. Does that perhaps jog your memory, witness? The incident happened about 20 minutes after he arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m. So this is clearly a lie, because we know that the winning lottery thing is like announced at 1:30. Just after 2, huh? Thank you for your help in jogging my memory, monsieur. You're wonderful. Can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will add it to the witness's testimony. Okay, let's go. Are they flirting now? He's even humming a song to himself. Good. Are you absolutely sure about the time? When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. It is the time I stopped serving the lunch menu. Quite right, I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Okay, good. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. The judge's French is terrible. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he's like an old man. Maybe he knows his way. You know. I don't know. But it's the judge we're talking about, huh? Witness, get on with your testimony, please. Merci bien. Yeah. Merci bien. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim. How many times do you need to ask the same thing? You'd never catch me drinking the same blend twice, huh? You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant. But you're wasting your time. You can't grind bird seeds to make coffee, if you catch my drift. Okay, or more coffee. But there's a hole in this testimony somewhere. I'm sure of it. Yeah, we just found... We found it. We found it, basically. Did you see him? No, I was in the kitchen. I remember I'm shouting, yes, $500,000. Presumably the defendant heard that too. Then, correct? Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dove. And what about Mr. Kudo? The old man choked on some board seat that got stuck in his throat. Huh. It seems we now have yet another incident on your hand. What? And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill. I am a multi-talented woman, monsieur. Sorry, what did you mean? There is la renovated chef, Jean Armstrong, and the tragic poem. Clarice Armstrong. Poet, sorry, Clarice. Oui, I was writing a poem. An angry tale of a chef in $500,000 of debt, cooking for a man who won $500,000 on the lottery. It is called... It means, why? Perhaps I could recite it for you for the court. Please don't. Okay. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked the old man to call from la payphone. By your own argument, right? The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. Shadow of doubt has been lifted? No. I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Absolutely. Someone was impersonating Mr. Eelg, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time after all. But if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too? She fell unconscious when the accident occurred, remember? Ah, you mean that's when the phony staged his act? Well, we'll know for sure once I find a hole in his testimony. So what happened? So it's the other way around then. So they killed him, Maggie got unconscious, then they get rid of the corpse for a while? Plan to react this with Maggie as the freaking like killer, and they do this because this well-known restaurant, I mean, yeah, they know, maybe they know when the old guy is showing up in the restaurant, but other than that, it's like, yeah, okay, let's wait until a customer comes and then move. Like, oh yeah, I'm real waitress. I will bring you coffee. I pour something in it. Everyone should see this now. I'm pouring something in the coffee. Here you go, sir. Oh, yummy coffee. Oh my god, this is poison. Help me. I am dead now. What? Like, huh? Please, sir, could you please go and tell the police that something terrible was happening on this crime scene? Oh my god. You should be away for at least 15 more minutes. What? Okay. Oh yeah. Like, sure. Yeah, why not? Like, what? This is so dumb. This is so dumb. Like, for real. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. Huh? What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week they announced the winning numbers for the $500,000 lottery ticket. That must be the show Mon Eelg was listening to. I guess, yes. I can't see any problem with his testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had to finish serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, right, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30, and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m. because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. I mean, this makes sense, but there is another contradiction. Like, again, Maggie and everything, and everyone was like, yeah, he was like excited about something, and the old guy was like, oh yo, he was like on this newspaper the whole time. Like, Listening to the radio with a raptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, there is only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter, acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. This is so dumb. Yes, there were 2 Glen Ealgs in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Ealg now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer, and the phony Glen Ealg, acting out the events for Mr. Kudo to witness. So, I wonder how they did this, because it's like more than half an hour later, and if like Maggie was like knocked out again, how did they like, I don't know, like, was it a gamble? Like, you don't know when she will wake up again. Like, what? It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that wasn't the case, how could you explain the time discrepancy for the performance tried? You were almost on a roll. But sadly, you lack the rock-hard foundation of rhythm to build your song. What is this? Music Theory 101? Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony Ealg is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How do you explain then where the real Glen Ealg is? I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at the time the real Glen Ealg was already dead. It's certainly the obvious conclusion. This was not the question. Thank you, Wright. That's exactly what I was hoping you would say. What? Now I presume you can prove this theory of yours. Can you explain where the missing corpse went to? Missing corpse? According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. If that customer was the phony Glen Ealg, then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim? The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor. No conjecture tried. Let's hear some facts for once. Let's say first, please. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden. Evidence? What's with the intense pressure in here all of a sudden? I thought I had him with this contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense's theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Miss... Let's see the frickin' map. Let's see the frickin' map. I need to see the floor plans. Okay, it's an easy solution. He was like where the cash register is, like in... Oh, yeah. I want to point on my freaking monitor. Do you see the X? Good. It's like right from the X in here, like where the cash register is, because there is a door. I think you can like deposit the body there. You could, you know, you could bring it in the kitchen, but I guess not, because it would be too far away. So let's see. Inside. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside the restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans. Yes, Your Honor. But on the exact location where the body was gone. I mean, you could say kitchen too. I guess it's the obvious choice because you can, like, you know, shut the door, nobody will enter the freaking kitchen, right? Yeah, I guess it, yeah, I mean, this is cool and all, but I guess it's kitchen time, because, you know, if there's, like, no one around here, someone would maybe, like, peek over the counter. Yeah, I guess it's kitchen. I tricked myself. The body was hidden here. I see. Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that provides the body was hidden in that location? I guess it was the bottle then, huh? Because it was found in the kitchen. Mr. Armstrong, did you recognize this bottle? No. I haven't seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use la very best bottles, monsieur. Okay, good. Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen of Tribulations. Huh? But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oils. But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Eelk visited an, clinic, and was given medication that day. Aki, your coffee. You can't be serious. The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The contents of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Eelk. Glenn Eelk's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Mon Dieu! Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hit the victim's body. You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back. We got him. We got him, boys. He was the imposter too. He was the imposter and he was the phony. And he was the phony Phoenix too. Like, the lone sharks had nothing to do with this. He was the waitress, the victim, the fake victim, and the lawyer at the end. All at the same time. He's a super good actor. See? We did it. Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness, did you murder Mr. Glenn Eelk? Never. I could not do such a horrible thing. Godo's like, no! Mr. Godo? Why is there still coffee in this mug? The bitterness. Every time I get lied to, I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules. Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you had by now? Then I like to do the same to the person who lied to me. I like to take them down with my empty cup. The snap, chef. How about a brand new flavor in your ear? My H. Defiant friend? I know what it means. It means, like, he can't, like, say it. Please, you must hear me out. Please, you must hear me out. Hear the trap. Listen to me. Por favor. Yo hablo español, Mr. Armstrong, and por favor is Spanish. Well, I'm only going to ask you once. Did you do it? No. No, absolutely no. Let's hear it. You've got one shot. Right, Grams? Witness, the court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godu's coffee mark awaits you. As does my gavel. Oui, it is clear. What do they always say in the movies? I've got a bad feeling about this. Very well, begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong. I'm itchy for some reason. Ah! The itchy thing. At the end of the year. I'm sorry, the confession. It is true. I ate the body in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with him because there was a reason why I could not refuse. But I did not kill him. I swear it. You must believe me. This is everything, huh? You were forced by who? Cannot say, or I will be erased. Let's try a different question then. When Mr. Eelk died, was he really the only person at this table? There was... You got a haircut? Good! Godot, you have my coffee mug, Judge, at my gable. Oh yeah, and the haircut. You got my haircut! Yeah, I guess yeah. Okay, question for you guys. Question for the gravekeepers and listening audience, if you please. How do you like this case so far? There was another man. Oh wow, surprising. I knew it. Maggie was telling the truth. You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy. Good. Snap his neck. And get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Yeah, good. Let's do that. And then this case is over and we can la-di-da. We're skipping home then. I hope. Did you carry the body by yourself? I carried him. And I carried Maggie too. And she was la victim. When she saw the victim collapse, she fainted. She looks so sweet when she's like sleeping, I guess. I could not leave her there. But why did you hide the bodies? You know. What man? Who was he? Oh no, I cannot say. I fear for my life. He's really scared. You'll just have to put the words in his mouth, Nick. Yeah, you're right. If you won't tell me, I'd tell him. But why would you go along with this man? And what reason would that be, Mr. Armstrong? You know, monsieur. Yes? Surely you cannot expect a young maiden to talk about such an embarrassment. A maiden? You're a bit old to get away with that. And a bit too male. I can't finish the cross-examination without establishing his reason. So I'll just have to prove it with evidence. Okay. Easy. So you're claiming that all you did was hide the bodies. Is this correct? Yeah, you know, he only hid the bodies and lied about everything. But yeah, you know, basically this is what he did. If we are to believe you, Mr. Armstrong, you must tell the court everything. You must make clear the identity of the man who ordered you to do this. Yeah. Let's go. Let's save again. Let's end this. Let's end this, man. Reason. You have a $500,000 debt, don't you? $500,000. Is this true, Mr. Armstrong? Oui. Huh. I was weak, and I borrowed the money. This is Mr. Armstrong's Achilles heel. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked for. And that's why you couldn't refuse anything asked of you by this man. Mr. Victor Kudo. No. $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark. And you had no way of paying it back, did you? He was seedy, yes. That's why you were forced to do anything this man told you. Here's your blackmailer, presents Armstrong. Yeah, like, he was the blackmailer, and he was the victim, and he was he was everyone. Oui, it is as you say, Mr. Armstrong. Tiger, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for a business rendezvous. Rendezvous! Yes. On the day in question, he was meeting the victim to demand that he repay his loan. Okay. His loan was super tiny. I don't know why it happened like that. I just did what he told me to do. I had no choice. I carried the body and the innocent inconscient Maggie out of the dining area and into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what happened. I think you can. Okay, I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron pocket, was that your doing as well? No, I knew nothing about that. Making it look like it was Maggie who had done it, I was not. Okay. Inconscious. Yeah, unconscious, huh? Mr. Godu, you will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. Maybe as a murder, you know, because I guess this case is, I don't know, like this weird prolonging this shit. Like, a man forced him to hide the body. Why should a man force him to hide a body? Because he killed a man in this restaurant. Easy question, right? So why are we have to like talk more now? Like, what mystery lies ahead? Like, how get the poison in her apron? Yeah, maybe because the killer or the killer's like, you know, accomplice put it there. Period. Like, and why kill him? We learned that he had like $100,000 of a debt, right? $100,000. And the restaurant owner had $500,000. Why not kill him? Like, why kill the freak with 100K and not the freak with 500K? I mean, like, I don't know. If you kill a man for 100K, what do you do with a man he is in debt with like 500K? This is a question, right? I doubt that can be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceedings will continue tomorrow. "30 minutes. What? The trial will go on. I will see to it myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not 1 minute more. Not a minute more. Don't sit back and relax yet, Wright. No one knows if that chef is really telling the truth or not. I mean, yeah, but what? This trial could still go either way. What? Huh? Every statement could be a lie, so even if you know who the killer is, you don't have to believe that. You could like say, yo, this is a lie, and then you could like, you know, not believe that. Easy. What? Huh? What? Honey? Very well, your request is granted, Mr. Godo. This case is weak. We will resume once Mr. Tigre is ready to take the stand. Until then, I can see the freaking, oh, you're Mr. Phoenix Wright, right? And they're like, ha ha ha, getting confused that he is not Mr. Wright, but he is Mr. Wright. Let's wait for the joke. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30 minutes recess. Let's wait for the joke. Can't wait for the joke, guys. God damn it. People are right. I don't know why people hate the freaking third case from the second game. But I can see why people don't like this case. I can see that. Because this is like... I don't know. Let's see what's going on now. So we're finally going to see the tiger on the stand. We're almost got this case won now, Nick. I wish I could agree. Huh? When I cross-examined Mr. Armstrong just now, he said he was just doing what the tiger told him to do. But Godot picked up on it, remember? Huh? Enough time to get a pizza. Ooh, I want a pizza. He pointed out the best of the 5 elements. He pointed out that without proof, we don't know if what he testified is the truth. I mean, oh god damn it. Like, okay, every statement is a lie from now on. We have this in court now because you can't like trust any word now. And but sometimes if someone says something like this, like, yo, he has an earpiece on the left side and the visor on the left side, you don't have to believe that. But when he said, yo, I broke a vase and the vase is still intact, you can believe that. So it's pure... It's a coin flip if you believe something or not, I guess. It's so... This case, there was no case like this. Like, oh yeah, you know, I don't believe that. Meh. Like, okay. But this I believe. Huh? You mean, you think Mr. Armstrong was lying? I don't know. But if that's the line the prosecution takes, we could be in trouble. I get the feeling that we don't have the case-making evidence we're going to need. The case-making evidence will be the freaking fingerprints on the bottle, we know that. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe? Why are you so jumpy about, Detective? Your hair is standing on end. Hey, that's the pot calling the kettle black, little middle miss top knot. It's not a top knot. It is, I guess. Never mind about the hair. Just calm down, alright? Can't stand still when I don't have a job to do. I kinda get wound up. No kidding. You gotta have something you need me to do, Paul. Anything. Well, I gotta take a jog back down to the precinct. I could get some prints analyzed for you if you got an hour. An hour? The trial will have reconvened by then. But Nick, we still don't have a really decisive piece of evidence, right? True. Without some kind of trump card to pull out of the bag, we're really stuck. You said you could get some fingerprints analysis done in an hour. You bet. In that case, would you mind checking the prints on this? I guess we take... Oh! I mean, we have like more options now, huh? But I guess this is like fingerprints, so I guess this. If you're going back to the station anyway, was there like more than one option here? I wonder. If you're going back to the station anyway, could you find out whose fingerprints are on this? Oh hey, that's the small bottle I gave back to you this morning, right? Yeah. I think it's time we solve the last mystery of who the prints on it belong to. Sure thing, pal. Actually, that's been gnawing at me too. Okay. Good. Just make sure you don't lose the case before I got back. This is pretty much the final showdown, I guess. This time, it's time to separate the phonies from the real guys. Well said, Maya. Well said. Well said. District Court, courtroom number 4. So I asked this now. How is the stream quality? Is everything fine and working? Is everything dandy? Again, I like cut the stream upload, I guess, in half, so it would be on half on your end too. I hope everything is fine. It is working on your end, and there is like no screen tearing or something like this, so everything is looking not different than the last times. This is good. Good to know. Thank you for the feedback. It's, you know, like stuff like this makes me a little bit on edge. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Godot, did you find the Furio Tiger? Akio coffee. I even tamed him for you. It was a 3-cup job, no problem. Tamed him? The guy's name may be Furio Tiger, but come on. Oh, cool. Yeah, then it's good. Yeah, then it's good. Then I will keep this. Maybe I will keep this for Zelda too. Then let's see if this is working out. He's pretty lively. Careful, he still bites. Okay. Very well. Please show Mr. Tigre to the stand. Mr. Tigre, there he is. And now he's like, oh, Mr. Phoenix. Witness. Please state your name and occupation for the... Stop that, please. Ah! Don't hide under the table, Maya. Unless there is room for me down there, too. What? Would you mind? What you just say to me? Nothing. I didn't say nothing. Honest. Who could have guessed that fear would induce a bad Brooklyn accent in the judge? Oh yeah, they like revealing even which like accent this is, huh? Cool. I got business to take care of, you hear, man? Stop the lagging tiger roar. So who the hell called me into this hole? Was it you, Sparky? No, of course not. It was the judge. He disappeared too. Yeah, this is a joke. Your Honor? Oh dear, I seem to have dropped my pen. Where on earth is it? Don't mind me. Just carry on with the proceedings as normal. That's it, we're doomed. Yay, Blocky, hey, good to see you around, yeah. You're right. This case is weak. This case is weak. It's the final stretch, I guess, but it's Omega weak. Oh my god. Maybe you didn't hear me. It's like I love this like Brooklyn accent. It's like so freaking like Jar Jar Binks. I you know, I'm not native English, so for me this is like meme level. Like again, Jar Jar Binks is talking. I said, who the hell was it that called me in here? There's no need to shout, we can all hear you. What do you say? On point, there's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. The relentless snare of the law. Why is he so sexy? I hope you had good holidays, by the way. Hope you had good Christmas holidays, and hope you will end this year well. I will not stream tomorrow, so this might be weak, but it gets way better. Yeah, it's okay. Again, like I don't mind a weak case. I don't mind a weak case. Like it's okay. Like, but it's like, I mean, the mystery by now that they even acted out the incident or the killing. This is like the real twist, I guess. That not only he was impersonating him on court, that he was like that they reacted the killing. This was the shit, huh? There's no point struggling. You're caught in a snare. Yeah. You missed the last trial? I guess you missed the whole, like, I don't know. I guess you missed the whole beginning of case 3, of game 3, huh? What did we have? Oh yeah, we had the childhood of Phoenix. This was interesting. And the last case was... What was the last case, dude? Oh, the last case was the mask demask thing, right? Yeah, the mask demask thing was cool. I liked it. I liked it. What? Yeah, this is true. Yeah, the twist itself is good. Yeah, the twist itself is good. Again, I don't feel like the cases itself are weak, because the cases are well made, but sometimes it's the things around the case and how they explain everything that makes the mystery a little bit weaker. So yeah, again, I agree that the scenery is cool. Like I like the whole killing stuff in this. I like the whole thing, and the mask one was like a good one too. Like this whole setup thing and this whole like oh, I want to get I want to get a verdict for being the thief rather than to get a verdict for the killing. This was so good. It was so good. And the characters were good too. Like, and these characters in this case are cool too. Like, I like all of them, and I like the reused Maggie. It's a cool thing. And I'm the one that howled on you. That howled you in. Too cool. Don't let him get the better of you, Nick. Let's start with the basics. You know about the incident in question, correct? Incident? I don't know nothing about. No stinking incident, mask boy.